All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to call this meeting of the West Valley Water District Board of Directors to order. It is 6:03 in the PM on February 13th, 2025, and we will start with the roll call of board members.
Thank you. Director Moore,
Present.
Director Bennett,
Present.
Director Garcia,
Present.
Vice President Jenkins,
Present.
President Young.
Present.
5 are present. Thank you.
Okay, 5 of 5, right?
5 of 5. I'm sorry.
All right, okay, we will next start with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Director Bennett. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And tonight, Elder Tom McCall is going to lead us in the opening invocation. Elder McCall, if you can please lead us now.
Thank you very much. Let us pray. Heavenly Father God, we just lift you up right now. We thank you very much for the opportunity to get together and for this important work with the leaders that we have that are representing us throughout our communities. We just pray that you give them wisdom and you give them discernment as they talk about policies and procedures and the things that impact our residents. We give you all the praise and glory for what you're going to do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, so at this time, we're actually going to take up the adoption of the agenda, and we do have a couple modifications. So the first modification is we would like to move up business item number 2 to before closed session, so we can present that item, vote on it, and then also have a special presentation from Supervisor Baca. And also, there was some discussion, there is another item on here, the business item number 1. We did receive a second letter asking for our support after the agenda was published. So after some discussion, I'm recommending that we table this item. We do have a little more time before it's due to Aqua JPA, just in fairness to the other candidate who might be also interested. So we were thinking about maybe having them come either in person or on Zoom to one of our meetings in March to speak to us about their wanting our support. So if that's agreeable to everyone, I think that's the fairest thing to do since, again, we did get a notification after the publication of the agenda. So those are the recommended changes. I'll entertain a motion unless there's any questions or discussion.
I motion that we adjust our agenda to allow the modified information as of tonight.
Okay, we have a first. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a first, second. Any discussion? If not, we'll take the roll on the agenda.
Thank you. Director Moore,
Yes.
Director Bennett,
Yes.
Director Garcia,
Yes.
Vice President Jenkins,
Yes.
President Young.
Yes.
That passes 5-0. Thank you.
Okay, so now we will take up business item number 2 at this time. We'll be given the report. Do we have a report for this? Or?
Oh, yeah, hold on.
Yeah, we need tabs for tonight.
It's yeah. Like a,
It's a 900-page.
probably the biggest
Agenda.
report
One of the biggest ones we've had in a
ever
while.
seen, yeah.
So.
It's heavy.
Well, yes, tonight we have a funding agreement in front of us from San Bernardino County and support from our supervisor, Baca, on the Bloomington Alleyway Water Main Replacement Project, Phase 3C. Linda, can you provide a little more detail on this project?
Yes, so this is a multi-phase project that the district has been working on. We've completed Phase 1, Phase 2, and Phase 3A. We have yet to do 2 more phases, and the phase that we're talking about tonight would be in Bloomington on 8th Street between Locust and Cedar, and its estimated cost is $3.8 million, and the county is offering to participate in this project with us at 40%, at $1.5 million, and we're very excited that they're willing to participate in this great project that we're working on. It will relocate water services from the rear of the properties that were in back alleyways into the front of the street. It will provide new services, new fire hydrants. It will provide more reliable service and more able to provide emergency response for the area. So we're looking forward to the project.
Fantastic. Any questions for staff? No? All right. If not, I mean, I can probably speak for all our colleagues here, Supervisor, that we're so very grateful for your partnership with you and the county on this project, and it's really exciting to finally see this phase moving forward. So with that, I'll entertain a motion on the item, and then we can move forward to the next part of the presentation. So,
I motion that we accept this business item number 2.
I'll second.
all right, first, second. If there's no discussion, we'll go ahead and take the vote.
Thank you, Director Moore.
Yes.
Director Bennett.
Yes.
Director Garcia.
Yes.
Vice President Jenkins.
Yes.
President Young.
Yes.
That passes 5-0. Thank you.
All right, and at this time, I'd like to invite Supervisor Bacher to come up, and I know he has some comments and a nice big check to show us.
Thank you, Board President and honorable board members, staff, and community at large. It's really a pleasure to be here at West Valley Water District, not just as a representative of the Board of Supervisors, but also as a customer. So a proud customer of the West Valley Water District for many years, lifelong resident of Rialto. But it's great to be here to establish partnerships. And I just want to say thank you for the work you do. One of the things that is, you're unknown heroes. People don't realize that water districts, don't get the headlines like members of Congress, like members of the state legislature, but you do provide a valuable service for our community, for our residents, and safe, reliable water is just so important for our residents. And one of the things we've been very fortunate to do on the County Board of Supervisors, we've had discretionary money to make investments throughout our community. One of the things I've been very proud of is to make several investments in our cities, in our school districts, in our unincorporated areas. But this is the first time that we've made an investment with a water district. So the first of its kind, so congratulations to you. I remember these conversations started about a year and a half ago. We were looking at projects to invest, and that we're having further discussions. I know that West Valley was trying to find money, and then as projects came to fruition, they let us know that, hey, this project's shelf ready to go. And they told us what the cost was, and I said, hey, look, we'd be willing to offer 40% if you'd be willing to invest the rest. And they agreed, and here we are today. But I'm excited about the Bloomington Alleyway project, 3C. It's a great investment. I think sometimes people don't realize how important these investments are. I know the fire hydrants were mentioned for safety, which is important for our San Bernardino County Fire Department to have access to make sure those homes are protected. And many times people feel the numbered streets in Bloomington get neglected, the south end of town. I think this is a good investment. One of the things we would like to have the West Valley Water District do is come to our next MAC meeting and present. I think it's important we share this victory, this joint victory in doing this. And one of the great things about collaborations, I think people don't realize that money's hard to come by. And it's hard for any one agency to expect to do everything. It takes partnerships, it takes relationships, it takes regional efforts to try to solve problems. This is one step on solving the problem. Is it going to fix all of Bloomington? No, but it's one of the steps that has continued to be taken, and it's progress, and progress matters to us. So we're happy today to present a check for $1,520,000 to the West Valley Water District. Congratulations to the West Valley Water District, but also congratulations to the Bloomington residents that are going to benefit from this. So if we can, I'd like to call the Board of Directors and staff to come up and take a group photo and showcase this money.
Absolutely.
But one of the things I'd like to acknowledge, I have these cool designer West Valley socks I'm wearing.
All right.
Yeah.
Better right now?
Yeah.
Our mascot. There you go. Give me a big smile, supervisor. He's posing with the song. I love it.
Dan's already posting.
When you come out of closed session.
Oh, I didn't, no, I didn't post anything.
Or, I mean-
Oh, yeah, I just. Yeah, I don't post anything. Or very little, I should say.
All righty. All right, so we'll get back to our agenda. So next up, we're going to have a closed session. So we'll take public comment for closed session items.
Thank you. Members of the public may participate and give public comment in one of four ways. In person at West Valley Water District's Administrative Boardroom, via telephone by calling 888-475-4499 with access code 840-293-7790, via Zoom with access code 840-293-7790, or via email to administration@wvwd.org.
Okay, have we received any requests for public comment on closed session items?
None in person, none via email, and we have no one on Zoom.
All right, going once, going twice. Okay, we'll go ahead and close public participation on closed session, and we will adjourn into closed session. All right, we're back from closed session, and we have a report out from closed session.
Yes, thank you, President Young. The board of directors met in closed session regarding a public employee performance evaluation regarding the board secretary, and they took a reportable action. They approved with 4 yeses and 1 director abstaining a 5% salary increase for the board secretary. The board of directors met in closed session regarding the other closed session matters and took no reportable actions.
Great, thank you so much. All right, so we already adopted the agenda earlier today, so now that brings us up to the regular public participation. Madam Clerk?
Thank you. Members of the public may participate and give public comment in one of 4 ways: in person at West Valley Water District's Administrative Boardroom, by via telephone by calling 888-475-4499 with access code 840-293-7790, via Zoom with access code 840-293-7790, or via email to administration@wvwd.org.
All right, I do have 1 speaker card here, so our newest board member for San Bernardino Valley Municipal Water District, Mr. Jose Velasquez, Director Velasquez now.
Good evening, board. A pleasure to be here. Wanted to extend the invitation to all the board members to our ribbon cutting event next Thursday. You're all welcome to attend. If you guys haven't received the invitation, I'm more than happy to extend that to you. But we have this wonderful recharge project, and we're really proud of this project. So I just want to extend the invitation, and I'm glad to be here.
Well, thank you so much. I'm sorry I'll be out of town, unfortunately, out on a business trip, but maybe some of the other board members might be able to attend.
I like to say that first I'd like to congratulate you on being appointed to San Bernardino. They've chosen wisely. It's great to see you on there, and I will be there next Thursday.
Thank you.
Thank you for the invitation.
Now, I want to echo what he said. I want to congratulate you being on the board. I know that you did run for it, and I think it's very well deserved that you were selected and appointed to be in that position. So congratulations and welcome to the water world.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much. All right. Next up, we have presentations. Yeah, we have no one else online, do we? So, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and close public participation then. And now we'll go to presentations for the strategic plan updates.
Thank you, Mr. President. Have a great update on our work plans. We could tee up that PowerPoint. And also I have kind of a reference document for you tonight. It's this 8.5 by 11 packet, which details all of the 236 work plans that we have distributed over the 8 strategic goals. So more on that later, but we'll get going. And just a reminder, the strategic planning process includes vision statement, mission statement, core values, strategic goals and objectives, and now the work plans. So this is a vision statement that the board approved last year, essentially to be a model public utility for our communities and our employees. And then of course our mission, high quality, reliable water, cost effective and sustainable manner. And the board established our core values: innovation, regional partnership, being a preferred workplace, public trust and integrity, and overall sustainability. So with these as a backdrop, the board then developed these 8 strategic goals with its executive team. So here's our 8 goals. I'm not going to go through each one right now because I have a slide that summarizes the work plan achievements for each one of these strategic goals. But let's take a look at the first one, because for each strategic goal, we then developed objectives, overall 40 objectives. But for this one, for example, we have 5 objectives established for this first strategic goal. And then for each of the objectives, for example, 1A, we developed our work plan goals. So these are the projects, the programs, typically at the department level that get the work done that helps achieve the strategic goal. So overall, 236 work plan goals over the 8 strategic goals, and I'm just going to have one slide per goal, and we can take a look at our progress over the past 6 months. Trying to advance this slide. Can you tap the bar?
Yeah, there we go.
So 236 organized over the 8 strategic goals and the 40 objectives with our lead department identified. And those lead departments are identified on this deliverable. So these work plan goals were really developed to show progression in a 6-month period. So bite-sized chunks that we can complete in perhaps 6 months, but help us build to complete a larger goal. So 6-month periods, January through June, and then July through December. And then at the end, we do an assessment, revision, take a look at those goals, and then I come back and report to the board. So that's what I'm doing tonight. And of course, we're maintaining an ongoing work plan tracking spreadsheet, and that's what you have here. You can see all of the goals, all of the work plans, the status, and some of the details involved. So I have this for you in paper. We can, of course, provide you with a spreadsheet, whatever format you would like. Eventually, this will be available online internally on our intranet. So let's see how we did in the past 6-month period. Starting with this first strategic goal to manage and deliver a safe, reliable, sustainable water supply, we had 32 work plan goals. And as part of this assessment, we're scoring them between 0, not started, to 1, 2, 3, and 4, which would be complete or nearly complete. So for this first set, for the 32 work plan goals, let's see how we did. We did pretty good. So we have 8 of those goals showing good progress, 14 showing excellent progress, and 10 of those complete. And here are some examples. For example, work plan A4 started the water system master plan update. B7 developed comprehensive valve exercising program. D5 completed well maintenance activities on schedule. And E6 completed all backflow inspections in compliance with the new state regulations. So that's a great record. Any questions so far? I'm going to do this 7 more times. Not 236. So our next strategic goal is to be an exemplary employer. 41 work plan goals were identified and good progress on these. We had 5 showing some progress, 6 showing good progress, 13 showing excellent progress, and 17 are complete. And here's some examples. The class and comp study. We also implemented cross-training programs and initiated the headquarters facilities master plan. Moving on to strategic goal 3, develop and grow effective communication and advocacy practices. Really excellent progress here. 8 showing good progress, 20 of these goals, excellent progress, 9 of these goals complete. Here's some examples, is our expanding social media presence, increased participation in community events, preparing for the conservation regulations, making conservation a California way of life. We're now working with our PR consultant in support of the water rate study and the effectiveness of our legislative platform and advocacy program. Our 4th strategic goal, strengthen partnerships with outside agencies. 21 work plan goals, 7 showing good progress, 5 excellent progress, 8 are complete. Here's some examples. Collaboration with a regional grants consortium, coordinating to develop the new integrated regional water master plan, water management plan, and our partnerships on the Basin Technical Advisory Committee and the perchlorate task force. Moving on to strategic goal 5, apply sound planning, innovation, and best practices.
John, I'm
Yes.
sorry to interrupt you. I'm trying to follow you
For
on the
sure.
table. Which page are you on?
Oh,
Oh, you're not
I'm
going.
at goal 5, which is going to be down a few pages. But yeah, we can take a break and show you how this works. So the,
Page 6, John.
actually, page 8 is my page 8 is strategic goal 5.
8 of 13.
I don't
Eight
know.
of-
I'm seeing a lot of ones next to your name. I'm just saying.
They're mad. That must be some kind of error. We'll have to let me see that spreadsheet. There are a few.
Okay, so again, what page? Because I'm looking at.
This is
8.
page
So-
8
so-
of 13 will detail,
So slow down, okay? 'Cause I'm
start to
actually looking
detail
at this.
strategic goal 5. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of detail on the spreadsheet for sure. And if you look at the spreadsheet, you'll see the actual work plan goal, the lead department, the lead person, the assessment, and then you'll see the bar chart basically showing the assessment like a battery charging or not, between 0 and 4, and then details on that specific work plan.
Can we go back to one?
Sure.
Where's it at? You're going so fast. It's the succession planning. I don't know which one that was. And I think it was on you or Haiti. Just wondering, like, what does that entail? Like, what does that work plan entail for succession? I just saw it.
Yeah, if I recall, this one is,
That's right. It's on page 3.
this is one that's probably showing just a little bit of progress, as I recall, correct?
Yeah. So, but what does that entail? Like I know what it means, but like, what's the work plan for that?
So what we're going to endeavor to do is to work with our directors, our upper management, and determine determine who in the organization potentially can be the selected person for the succession. It's still in a very early stage of crafting what that looks like, but there is discussions with regards to the needs for those positions that potentially could have those individuals that are ready for retirement, to ensure that we're ready for that transition. As you know, there's a silver tsunami that we are dealing with in the next 5 to 10 years, where a lot of us are ready for that next step. So we need to ensure that when we're ready to make that next step, we have the next person in line that could take the reins of our positions. So we're identifying those individuals and hopefully putting them through a process where they understand what the job entails. And if there's interest, we continue grooming them for those possible opportunities.
What I recommend is making it more like an equitable training. That way, it doesn't seem like it's already biased for future promotion, and that everybody has an opportunity for that position in the future, but just having that training. So that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, I think it's identifying the opportunities and making them known to our staff especially. And then it really folds into our employee development program that we just kicked off, I think, last March. And in that program, each employee would look at the future, look at that future position. And then we have a career development plan that would basically do a gaps assessment between where they're at and what that future job description requires. So they can see, like, I need this certification, or I need to get this education training, or I'll do this cross training. That'll help get me ready for that next opportunity once it comes forward. So kind of those two elements working together. Our employee development plan is well established, and our succession planning is something we'll be putting more energy into in this next period.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just focusing on the ones, for some reason they're just
No
popping
problem.
out. So the next one on C, I think it's more than one, but can you just elaborate? Like, I know that it seems like you guys have done more for the development of outreach program. I know that you guys have already started talking with different school districts. So I guess my question would be, how do you determine, like, how you get to the next bar?
Just for reference, what page?
I'm
Are you
on
on?
page 3,
Okay.
C4. I know you started going really fast with your presentation, but
Sure.
I went deep dive into
Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to, in the presentation, I'm just summarizing each goal set. And, but yeah, I'm happy to go through any of these specific work plan goals in more detail if you would like.
I guess the question is, when do you get to the next bar? Or what does the next bar mean?
And is this the
And
B,
it has
the
Haiti's
B3?
name on it. C4.
Oh, C4. So C4, begin development of an outreach program to inform and promote water industry careers within local high schools and community colleges. So we probably are, I mean, this was as of last December.
Yeah,
So I think just in the last couple months, there's been actually significant progress.
yeah.
Just trying to give you more points, Haiti.
And
Get a
just to
couple more
speak on
points.
that, we've been doing outreach to different school districts and talking to the superintendents and board members. We actually, with Colton Unified, we are going to be working with Bloomington High School to do a 3-part education initiative where we will have speakers to go to the classrooms and talk to students. Another part of it will be the students, some students will come here for a tour and then tour of FBR at Lago Creek. And then from there, they will learn about the district and give a presentation, part of their outreach, and then give a presentation here to the board of directors in the future. So we are solely engaging our school districts little by little.
Yeah, and as John had stated, this is as of December, so from that point forward, we have been a little bit more active with our schools in career fairs and things of that nature. So it is taking a little bit more traction, if you would. So at the next presentation that John brings forward at the next quarter, that will probably change in terms of the status.
Okay.
Yeah, so some of these work plans are a little more subjective than others. Like some of these will have specific numbers or complete this report. So you can really certainly say whether you're at a 3 or 4, for example. Something like this is a little more like a judgment. But as we go back and reassess this particular work plan goal, for example, we can put more detail onto that as it moves forward.
Okay.
But it's on here. It's something we track. We talk about. It's a common goal. Multiple departments can work together to achieve this as one piece of the overall puzzle.
Okay.
So yeah, if anything else jumps out, please stop me. So we're looking at strategic goal 5, apply sound planning, innovation, and best practices. We had 29 work plan goals, showing really good progress overall on this. 3 showing some progress, 9 showing good progress, 3 at excellent progress, and 14 complete, or nearly so. That includes an expansion of our backup power capabilities. We got a grant, for example, and we did a priority assessment district-wide. We implemented a new agenda management system, Agenda Link. We have a process to evaluate new water system technologies and to consider incorporating them into our asset management program. And we've updated our board policies and procedures. So those are some good examples of achievement under this strategic goal. Moving on to 6, implement effective financial stewardship. We had 17 work plan goals, showing really great progress here overall. Here's some examples. Especially development of an effective grants program, and that included the recent submittal of it was like over $3 million AMI meter project grant application that's in the hopper right now. We've seen other grants coming in or possibly coming in the near future. So really great efforts on the grants program and mostly working internally. We initiated the water rate study. We had that workshop a couple weeks ago, and we updated our developer impact fees. Moving on to the next strategic goal, 7, achieve health, safety, and regulatory compliance. There's a lot here. We had identified 30 work plan goals, very important and showing a lot of great progress overall. 3 some progress, 8 good progress, 10 excellent progress. 8 of these are complete, or nearly so. For example, we completed the water loss audit. And A11, this is one of 236, but it's a huge one, right? Compliance with state permits and all water quality regulations. So that's a big win, and we're going to look to do that in the next 6 months as well. We developed the water conservation analyst position, now recruiting for that, and we're restarting our coordination efforts with ERNI, the Emergency Response Network of the Inland Empire. Our last strategic goal, deliver superior customer service. Would like to see more progress in this area. We're seeing 6 showing some progress. We're showing 10 with good progress, 6 excellent progress, and 3 complete, nearly complete. And these first 2 are some examples of things we need to put more energy into for this next period to, for example, develop a customer service survey, streamline our new customer process and experience. But we have effectively responded to our public records requests during this period, and also we've seen effective internal and external communication and development of key messaging. So overall, 236 work plan goals over the 8 strategic goals. We're seeing 1 not started, 20 showing some progress, 58 showing good progress.
So who's getting flogged?
This might be mine. We'll have to, look in the spreadsheet. And some of these are delayed because there's external factors, there's funding factors, there's other priorities. So this is a plan. When we're working the plan, we need to be flexible in that process as well. But we're showing 78 excellent progress, and actually 76, massive amount, complete. So I think this was really a fantastic effort, identify this many work plan goals, and have this type of achievement just in the past 6 months. So just to sum it up, this is an ongoing process, working with the vision, mission, the core values, strategic goals, and objectives. These work plans are a bit fluid. We're developing these for 6-month periods. We're assessing them twice a year, reporting out to the board twice a year. But our next step is to take a look at these, to revise them, update them, and then continue working on them. Continue working to achieve the work plans, to help achieve the strategic goals, to help achieve our mission.
There she is.
And I'll open it up to any other questions and comments. Got to leave, with the mascot.
Yeah. Well, John, one of the things that always impressed us from the day that we first met you was all of your planning with us from Tahoe. And I think this is fantastic. And kudos to you, to your management team, to everyone in the departments for all your hard work. Because, honestly, I wish I could borrow you to come talk to my team about meeting goals and to do it in 6 months, because I can barely get my team to do stuff that I gave them some time ago sometimes. So I think that this is awesome, John. It really is. So my hat's off to you. Anybody have any questions or thoughts?
My comments are congratulations to you and the team. You've just knocked it out of the park. I think it just shows all the hard work and dedication everyone here is putting in with
Team
all
effort,
those, the 4s and the 3s. You're top notch.
Yeah.
Good job.
I'm here to focus on the ones. So I saw some on the comments that we're waiting for intranet. So can you just talk a little bit more about the intranet?
The intranet is a portal that's available to staff on the board. For example, it's not public facing. Mm-hmm. And there's been some holdups because of the change in our the consultant that we're using for the internet. And there's some changes in that. There's some growing pains bringing on that new page. We have been working on the internet development. We have really I think we have all the pieces that we want to start with. It's really a portal for staff and for the board to have things like the strategic plan in there, but also training items in there They can go look at all of our newsletters and press releases. There's information about the district. There's really, it's a personal and professional advancement portal. So I think we talked at our committee meeting. I think John and Albert were saying we're probably 2 or 3 weeks out from this being presented and operational for everyone.
Okay. I mean, it would be great to have that running, and then like have a location where you've identified potential trainings for certain staff that they can take, to
Yeah.
make it open and where they can see what's available to them as part of training needs and completion of trainings.
Perfect. Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know what the status of what that was about. So
Yeah, you go to that portal, you can pick, whatever your interest is, like employee development plan. You'll open that up. There'll be the forms. There'll be the career development plan. There'll be resources. There'll be videos. There'll be trainings or training opportunities. And we're also bringing in external training opportunities. We have one coming next Thursday. Talking to our leads, talking to our supervisors, and bringing those. What does it take to be a strong leader, a strong supervisor? And not just for our existing managers and directors and supervisors, but we're also reaching down to our leads and helping get them ready for their next step.
And I didn't look at in detail where it would fall under all these work plans, but I know that I had gotten some concerns from some new customers that the lack of the ability to open up an account online and having to feel like they have to come in person.
All you have to do is come in or fax something in with your fax machine.
Yeah, I guess. Just wondering, is
Yeah.
is that part
No.
of this intranet, or our internet being upgraded?
Yeah, that's actually one of the items. This A6 streamline new customer process that speaks directly to that streamlining that new customer experience, and it's something we really haven't gotten far with. We haven't advanced in the past 6 months, but we're really strongly looking to advance that in the next 6 months and have that updated customer experience so they can do all that online like a few other utilities can do. Not all, but some, and we'll be one of those.
Thank you.
For sure. My pleasure.
I don't
And-
have any additional questions, but thank you. This is a great job, and I know this just even putting this table together took a lot of work, so I appreciate you.
Sure, and it's a working document. I think we'll you'll see more references to this in the agenda items and even in the committee meetings. And when we're in committee meetings, if we hear something and we're like, well, this isn't quite in our work plans, that's going to be something we want to consider adding or modifying. So maybe later this year, we'll bring those updates to you, and at some point the board will want to take another look at the work plan goals and make sure we're capturing everything that you want to see us address.
I think we should bring these up in committee.
Yeah, good idea.
Any other comments,
I
questions?
would just ask, I don't know if you have the strategic plan.
Your mic?
Just ask that we send the latest one out.
Sure.
I noticed you did a revision for us, and it never came back. So if we can have that sent out.
Which one? What are we
Yeah,
talking
the
about?
strategic plan.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
Okay. The plan itself. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea for the staff to have access and able to communicate what's going on overall, and strengthen them in the going on of the program process. Great idea. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. We'll be talking about this next Tuesday at our all hands meeting. And big team effort, and that includes the board. So thank you.
Sure, and again, congratulations, John, and to the team for some fantastic work here, truly. Again, it's quite inspiring. It really is. So, all right, thank you. Next up, we have the consent calendar. So, board, we have 16 items on our consent calendar for this evening. If there's no motion for separate consideration of an item, I'll entertain a motion to adopt the consent calendar.
I motion that we adopt the consent calendar.
Okay, we have a first. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, it's been first and seconded. No discussion, so go ahead.
Thank you. Director Moore?
Yes.
Director Bennett?
Yes.
Director Garcia? Vice President Jenkins?
Yes.
President Young?
Yes.
That passes 5-0. Thank you.
Okay, so business item 1, we're going to pull and postpone to a further meeting. We already did business item number 2 earlier, and that passed. So now business item 3, the mid-year budget.
Well, good evening, President Young and Vice President Jenkins and members of the board. Tonight we're going to give you a review of where we are at the end of 7 months. We call it mid-year review, but in reality it's 7 months of activity. And I'm going to have Gustavo Gutierrez actually do the presentation this evening. He's the one that did a lot of the heavy lifting, working with the departments and putting together the information for tonight. And so we're going to have him go over it. The good thing is we have lots of good news for you tonight. We don't have any bad news for you. And again, we've made some tremendous progress, and I think you'll be quite pleased with the outcome.
Excellent. Microphone.
Good evening, President Young, Vice President Jenkins, and members of the board. It is my pleasure to present the mid-year budget for fiscal year 24-25. I do want to notify you that Exhibit A, B, and C have been updated and copies have been provided, so you shouldn't have those. First, I want to say that we have many good news. One of them is that the adjustments and reclassifications have no fiscal impact on our current budget. It is common practice for the district's management team to not increase the budget during the mid-year process, but to implement reclassifications or adjustments. So I would like to go over the adjustments with you. The operating budget has a total of 9 adjustments for a total of $228,000. Capital budget has a total of 10 adjustments for a total of $1.2 million. Once again, the adjustments have no fiscal impact on our current budget. There are several areas that are doing better than we budgeted for. Overall, revenues are exceeding budget. 2 noteworthy areas that I want to point out are water consumption sales exceeding by $2 million, which we can contribute to a drier climate. This means that more of our customers are using water primarily for irrigation. The second area is interest and investment earnings, exceeding $900,000, which is due to competitive interest rates with our liquidity portfolio of investments. I'm happy to say we are also spending less. Departments are being cost conscious. 2 divisions we want to point out are production, which is underexpended by $700,000, maintenance, treatment, and distribution, which is underexpended by $500,000. Finally, even though we don't budget for capacity charges, we want to highlight that as of January 31st, the district has received $3.4 million in capacity charges. This is for future development in our service area. The funds have been reinvested to our liquidity fund portfolio. Next slide is our review summary. As of January 31st, our grand total revenues are $31 million, grand total expenses $18 million, debt service $970,000, which gives us a net surplus of $12 million. This gives the district a positive outlook on its financials. If the final actual numbers stay in line with our projections, the district will see a net surplus of $7.7 million. This net surplus amount will be used to fund CIP. This outcome has the district performing better than budgeted. These results are due to vigilant spending tracking and investment returns. Our next slide shows a graph with operating expenses through January 31, a period of 7 months, versus the fiscal year 24-25 budgeted amounts. The blue bars are the year-to-date expenses, and the yellow bars are the budgeted amounts. Once again, most divisions are within normal rates of spending. The data indicates that the overall budget is exceeding target. Moving over to capital budget, activity and encumbrance as of January 15th is a total of $72.8 million. As previously mentioned, the management team took the same approach for the CIP budget, and instead of asking for more funds, they implemented adjustments that had a net zero impact on the CIP budget. In the next slide, we want to share with you an update of our largest CIP project, which is currently the district is currently working on, which is the Romer expansion project. At this point, we don't anticipate additional funds being requested. The project has a current budget of $76.7 million. Expended to date is $65.5 million. Remaining budget amount is $11.2 million. The district received an SRF loan for a total of $46.6 million at a 1.1% interest rate. To date, the district has received a total of $41 million of SRF funding, which has been reinvested with an average return of 4.5% annually. This means that in a year, if we invest $46.6 million, it will give us a return of $2 million. Potentially, this can cover the full amount of the annual SRF loan payment. A total of $5.6 million in pending reimbursement are pending from the SRF loan, and once those funds are received, the funds will be reinvested and maximize interest earnings. As for next steps, we recommend the board to adopt the budget adjustments. The finance and management team will start the budget preparations for fiscal year 25-26 in March. The finance team will present the fiscal year 25-26 budget draft to the finance committee in May. We will have a budget workshop sometime in May or early June, and then finally we will have our budget ready for adoption for fiscal year 25-26 in June. If there are any questions, I will be happy to answer.
All right, any questions? Questions? Looks really good, Gus. Thank you so much. I always like it when it's all good news. Anything else?
Well, if I can make a comment, since I'm on the committee, Director Garcia, she and I have both said on how well you and your team have managed these large numbers, and that the return for the ratepayers has been significant, and keeping us secured has been a top priority, and it's been very impressive.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you so much. So with that being said, we do have the mid-year budget in front of us, so I'll entertain a motion to adopt the mid-year budget.
I motion that we adopt the mid-year budget.
Okay, we have a first. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, second by Director Moore. There's no discussion. We'll go ahead and call the roll.
Thank you, Director Moore,
Yes.
Director Bennett,
Yes.
Director Garcia,
Yes.
Vice President Jenkins,
Yes.
President Young.
Yes.
That passes 5-0. Thank you.
All right, excellent. Great work, everybody. Really appreciate it. Look forward to the upcoming budget. I know I'm doing mine right now at the hospital, so go from one to another. All right, so next up we have reports. So we'll start with, do we have any board committee reports?
I do. I have reports for the External Affairs Committee, which met on the 10th of February. We are planning for hosting a stakeholder tour of district facilities in May or June for local organizations, including our local Chamber of Commerce. We also discussed the importance of community outreach so that we can ensure communicating to the public our efforts and to enhance our infrastructure and fire hydrant capabilities. We discussed the social media report, which was displayed in the efforts by the districts to grow our social media presence. A big key to this endeavor was including our mascots in an array of videos and posts. Overall, our social media presence grew on all platforms last year. We received a legislative report, which also included the Aqua updates, high priority issues, and legislative positions on various bills. This year for Earth Day, we will be collaborating with the Colton Unified School District and will include hosting over 200 local second graders here at the district headquarters. We will still be doing in and out, and I think, so we're just gonna be focusing on, I think is second graders, instead of hosting it out to the public. Trying to do a different approach this year. David Church and Associates gave us an update on the political climate in Washington and discussed the appropriations process and how they will impact the district's funding. And we also discussed the upcoming Aqua DC conference and meetings that will be held at various congressional offices and agencies. California Strategies also provided updates on our recent Sacramento legislative trip. Senator Brulte did commend our External Affairs Committee and that how they were noticed of how well prepared we were when we went to the meetings. Usually we show up and we just do summarization, but this time we actually went prepared with handouts and a lot of many expressed that they were very impressed with us. We were very prepared. We discussed Assemblyman Ramos' bill related to tribal communities, for which Aqua took an opposed unless amended position. SB 72 relating to State Water Resource Control Management Plan, and the Water Theft Bill, which provided information to Aqua, and they have used our information in their handout. We're also talking about the water rate study and our long-range financial plan. The committee discussed the board workshop that was held last month, including the potential rate increase, assumptions used, and the level of CIP spending anticipated. Staff is working with Raftelis in response to board and staff comments at the workshop. Another workshop will be expected in late March or early April. The committee received a detailed mid-year budget report, which with the full board accepted earlier tonight. And we received the standard monthly finance items, the contract for wrought iron fence and gate at well 30. Oh, that's for finance. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You're
So-
almost there, yeah.
Well, for the finance committee also, we received the standard monthly finance items, the contract for wrought iron fence and the gates at well 30, and the purchase of 5 new Ford pickup trucks. All of these items were approved for placement on tonight's board agenda. Thank you.
Board reports done this way? Yeah.
But HR committee, we had a meeting and we discussed the following. Recruitments and our customer service. We have low staffing levels right now due to several staff that are out on leave. They're working to get temps in here, but also we're also reviewing our 1,000-hour positions as well. We need to add more through this just to have a cushion, because I think we can. The HR policies and procedures are being updated currently, and they're undergoing legal review to ensure the necessary changes are included. These include detailed language on the new job progression process, how staff can move up in the job based on experience, certifications, and positive reviews. This course is being viewed as very favorably to the staff, and it's also significant to staff development, motivation, and recruitment and retention. It's very important that we have a progression for them to progress. We're getting close to seeing the final draft, and the draft should be ready for the committee review in March, and then likely going to full board in April for review and approval.
All right, then I have a report for engineering ops and planning. I'll try to keep this brief, but we talked about the Rialto Colton Groundwater Basin Committee, so we are looking to probably have a new meeting for that, and most likely some new members from some of the other agencies on that. We did also talk about the latest status of our state water project allocation. We also received the water loss audit report and water use efficiency report that was recently submitted to the state. We did talk about our rainfall at that point, which was only 2 inches, which was pretty low for so far this year. Now we are making up for it tonight. And we're very grateful for that. It'd be nice if it wasn't all at once. But certainly the 2 inches we've received up until just these last few days, it puts us at an extremely low amount, because normally we're about 10 to 12 inches a year. So hopefully this will help, but we certainly can use some more rain. We also talked about the cross-connection control program. So staff provided an update about some of the new regulatory requirements on cross-connection and just what they're doing to move forward with those. And then the committee did review several reports that were on tonight's agenda, including the SCADA master plan, the Romer media replacement and coating, the concrete chemical buildings replacement, the design authorization for the Cal OES, the water supply assessment, and water infrastructure conveyance, and then the change order for the Romer project. Any other committee reports? All right, so next up we have board member reports, but we have one special thing did want to kind of go to. So before we get to just our regular board reports, I do want to just kind of take a moment of privilege. Tonight is kind of a sad day for me, but it's a happy day for Bill. So today is kind of Bill's last hurrah with us. He officially retired, but he agreed to stay on, and we're so incredibly grateful, but he's come to his limit on the number of hours. So we do have a resolution for you, Bill, tonight, and I do want to read it and then take some comments from the board, and then maybe if we can take a picture, Bill, we would really appreciate it. So a resolution of the Board of Directors of West Valley Water District honoring William Fox for his service to the district and the communities it serves. Whereas William Fox has served with dedication and distinction as the Chief Financial Officer of West Valley Water District since 2022. Whereas before joining West Valley Water District team, Fox honed his financial and managerial acumen over 40 years, most of those as a public servant. Whereas in the role as Chief Financial Officer at West Valley Water District, Fox has demonstrated outstanding leadership and guidance in financial management, ensuring the fiscal stability and transparency of the district. Whereas in his role, Fox oversaw the finance, customer service, and purchasing departments, fostering a culture of integrity and excellence in financial stewardship. Whereas Fox has played a vital role in overseeing the district's $43 million annual operating budget, providing insight for the district strategic plan, and updating and managing transparent policies and procedure for West Valley Water District. Whereas Fox is recognized by West Valley Water District staff for his professionalism, high standards of excellent dedication to transparency, accurate and accountable financial practices, actions in support of employee development, and his peaceful, kind, and caring demeanor. And whereas the Board of Directors of West Valley Water District commend William Fox for his outstanding performance and dedication to public service, now therefore we be resolved that the Board of Directors of West Valley Water District do officially commend and congratulate William Fox on his exemplary service and invaluable contributions to the district and those that it serves. And the board extends the utmost thanks and wishes him an enjoyable retirement. I'll just briefly open it up to board members, so we'll embarrass you a little bit longer, Bill, but we'll give you a minute. Well, ladies first.
Bill, I just want to thank you. You're always so thorough. You always have a lot of data to support with your presentations. I know you spend a lot of time when you do that, but I do appreciate the work and your dedication to ensuring that we are in a fiscally responsible position. Thank you for applying and giving us all that wealth of knowledge that you brought to the district and keeping us in a good place. Thank you so much.
Bill, I know I've said it before. You're the Clark Kent here, mild man who's actually a Superman right underneath. Whoever comes in after you has huge shoes to fill. They better be wearing a size 50. Of work with you on the committee, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all your work.
I'd like to say thank you, Bill. We've always had interesting and warm conversations, us both being from San Bernardino, and we even had similar paths in Norton Air Force Base. So it's always a joy to engage conversation with you, and appreciate you made me feel invited here. And I hope you look forward to your next journey.
Well, Bill, it's goodbye again, huh? Man, I just want to say it's been a joy having you because you got a wealth of knowledge, expertise, you have patience, and you're humble. I love that. You teach people. You came in the door with suggestions at your interview. You Googled us and found out some things, and you're like, I've got something for that. I got something for that. So you came in with great ideas. So we just knew that you're going to take us to the next level, and you have. I wish you the best, and that God will just continually bless you and your family.
And just thank you, Bill. Kind of like Calvin said, you kind of blew us away in the interview, and you had great ideas right off the bat of how you can already make big changes and save us a lot of money. And over the years, it's been one thing after another, and it's been such a pleasure. I know when I was on the finance committee working with you and your team and seeing your leadership, you will truly be missed. Wish you all the best. Sad to see you go, but we knew that when you came on board that, we were probably going to be your last stop. I hoped we'd get a few more years out of you. I won't lie, but I don't begrudge you. You've had a long and storied career and well-deserved, and I truly wish you the best. And thank you for everything that you did in your time here. I mean, you truly left a great impact. And as I said to my board members when we first met you, I was like, this is the CFO we've been looking for a long time. And even though you've only been with us for a few years, you made a tremendous impact. So that's a testament to you, a testament to your leadership, and seeing how much you have grown and developed people within your team to step up and to really become stronger leaders themselves is a testament to you as well. The continued awards that have come in for our team, you have been a huge advocate for them to continue to strive for those achievements. And I could go on and on, but truly, you have done an amazing job, and I wish you all the well, and I hope that we'll see you again from time to time. But so don't be a stranger now. But I wish you all the best. Enjoy retirement. It's well deserved and well earned. And yeah, I feel bad for your replacement because they're going to have big shoes to fill. So thank you, Bill.
I'll tell you, I'm very humbled by the comments, and I really appreciate all the kind words that have been said tonight. I have to tell you that even though you're giving me a lot of accolades, we have a great staff here at the district, and got to tell you, I couldn't do all that we've done without all the work that's been done.
Sure.
You saw a great example tonight of Gus. He did an outstanding job on putting together that presentation and being able to deliver it and put his heart and soul into it. So I think he's a good example of one of the fine people that we have within the department. Every one of them really puts in their heart and soul into the organization. For myself, I look forward to retirement finally, so I don't have to get up at 5:30 in the morning. That's probably the best part of not having to come into work. But I will miss everybody here on the staff, the management team, the executive team that I work with, and the great conversations that I've had with them, and the camaraderie that we have. It's much more than just a work feeling. It's a feeling of friendship, of bonding, and working to make the district that much better. So I do appreciate it, and you really made my day today, and thank you so much.
Well, at this time, we'll come down, board, and we want to give you this resolution.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, so now we'll return to board member reports. Do any board members have any general reports or comments?
I attended last weekend the fly kite with the Supervisor Baca. My kids had a great time, and I wish to acknowledge that tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and I'm not going to ruin the present I got my wife.
Anyone else?
I attended the Chamber of Commerce meeting in Rialto, and this is the second one, and enjoyed it. There are a lot of new business individuals there, and look forward to the next one.
Yeah, I attended the San Bernardino County Board of Supervisors meeting 2 days ago, and that was very interesting as well. And they discussed water, so it was kind of nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice. That's cool.
Angie, anything or?
It must have been February. We went to Sacramento, right? I feel like the days are just running on. We did the legislative trip to Sacramento where we met with our local representatives. And I had discussions with JPW on our outreach that we're having for our rate study. And this earlier today, we had the Chamber of Commerce luncheon where we had our county assessor, Josie Gonzalez, who presented and had a great speech. And that's about it for February.
Okay, and I do want to just extend another heartfelt thanks to Supervisor Baca for the support for the Bloomington Alleyway project from earlier in our meeting. I do want to also acknowledge all the hard work that Socorro and her team put together for the Sacramento trip. I think we had a very successful 2 days. It was very fast paced, but it worked out well, and we look forward to continuing to work with CalStrat as we start to build some of those relationships in Sacramento. So I look forward to hearing more over the rest of the year as far as how that pans out from this trip. And of course, we look forward here in a few weeks. We'll be in DC, hopefully not too cold, but we'll see. Not looking good. But definitely looking forward to it, and look forward to all the hard work that everybody's putting in for the upcoming trip. And yeah, just wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day, and just continue prayers for my mother. So with that, we'll go to the general manager.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have updates on staffing and recruitments, and then a report from POGA. So 8 updates. CFO, we're down to 2 excellent candidates. We'll be seeing both of them next week and expect to make a decision shortly thereafter and have them in place next month. For senior engineer, we interviewed 8, made an offer. We're waiting to hear back from that person. Water conservation specialist, that is still posting until February 21st. For lead water distribution operator, this posting will close tomorrow. And then we have 2 positions for lead water treatment operator, 2 positions. This recruitment is internal. It's kind of coming out of the class and comp study. If you recall, we had 5 lead operators in this department, and we've just identified we need 2. So we're doing an internal recruitment. 2 of those 5 will be a lead. The other will be operator 3s. Next, for customer service lead, we have a tentative interview date of March 5th. And then the 1,000-hour field assistants, we have 2 candidates currently going through the pre-employment process. Looking forward to them starting. And scheduled to start Tuesday, February 18th. And that's my update on staffing and recruitments. Next up is Coral.
Good evening, President Young, Vice President Jenkins, members of the board. Want to do a quick update of all the efforts the Public Outreach and Government Affairs Department has been doing on the Public Outreach and Government Affairs side. So for the first part, I'm going to have Kimberly Cerrone, our Public Outreach and Government Affairs Representative 2, to give an update.
Thank you, Socorro. Good evening, President Young, Vice President Jenkins, and members of the board. It's a pleasure to be here in front of you to provide this update of all of the great things taking place at POGA. Let me change the slide. On the first slide, you will see that there are a list of legislative calls that staff attended. As we build our legislative programs, these calls help us engage and keep a pulse of legislative priorities in the water industry with partner agency staff. Is it going to change? Thank you. On this second slide, you will see that we have a recap of community events that staff attended. It is full. We are very busy. And I just wanted to highlight one from last weekend, which was Supervisor Baca's Kite Day at Kessler Park. I actually have some photos from that Day. We have board member Fuentes from Colton Joint Unified School District who stopped by our booth and commended all of the great work that we are doing. We also had Supervisor Baca stop by the booth and thank us for our presence. So it's great being out there in the community to provide education resources and just resources in general. That's what we're here for, right? For the public to serve them. And so we have some more photos with some kiddos that stopped by. It was just a great time watching everyone fly their kite, and it was great weather. Thank you. And on that front as well, just wanted to highlight some of the water donations that also took place. Silver Mountain High School requested 40 cases of water for future events, various events. Some of these include some career days, as we were talking about earlier. San Bernardino County Recreation and Parks District requested 8 cases of water for their kite day. We enjoyed watching people get a refreshing drink of water at that kite day. And then Supervisor Baca's office requested 7 cases of water for Government Day. Thank you. And as a part of the strategic plan, we want to be out there in the community, right? We want to make sure that they can put a face to who West Valley Water District is, and not only us, but as board members as well. So we have a long list from February to May. And if you have any questions regarding any of the events that are taking place, please feel free to reach out to us. We did put a copy of this event list on the dais as well in that folder that you have in front of you. Thank you. And beyond that, so previous slide was stakeholder community partner events. These are our own WVWD hosted events. Just again, highlighting all of the great work that's taking place here. We have some workshops coming up. We have some tours, and I do want to highlight May 3rd. That one's going to take place in Bloomington with the San Bernardino County Recreation and Parks District. So we'll be in partnership for that one. Looking forward to that one as well. And then the long-awaited announcement, Earth Day 2025, as Director Garcia previously discussed, we will be hosting about 230 second graders. We want to make sure to educate our young water stewards, right? So we'll be doing that on Friday, April 25th. We want the district or departments to highlight all of the great work and make it interactive and fun for these second graders. So we will have them stop by distribution and maintenance booth, meters, water quality, production, treatment, GIS, and engineering. And again, at each booth, they will have an interactive activity. Right now, we have 2 that are planned and solid. So that will be a succulent potting workshop activity, and then careers in water. So again, planting that seed at a very, very young age to know that careers in water are fun and obtainable for everyone. It will take place from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. with a 30-minute lunch break of In-N-Out. We all love In-N-Out. I know we're looking forward to that one. And it'll be 15 minutes at the station with 5 minutes for transitions. I'm more than happy to answer any questions, but wanted to highlight that this is also in your folder. It is a draft schedule of that date. So if you have any questions, I'll stay up here, but that is the end of my section. I'll pass it on to Socorro. But again, if you have any questions, go ahead.
On Earth Day with the second graders, are the kids going to be able to have something to take with them? Either like a little bag, like kind of like we had Earth Day last year.
Like a goodie bag?
A goodie bag, or I don't know if you're gonna have stickers or whatever, but I just want to make sure that, something's kind of sent home to reinforce when they, the memorable positive experience they have.
Yes, so they'll be taking home a goodie bag and some shirts. So that's very exciting, right? Best of both worlds. They get to support our district as well. But any other questions before I pass it over to Socorro?
Just one suggestion I mentioned during committee that, if we can get them the shirts ahead of time so that they can be wearing them during the Earth Day, I think that would be really great. So if you can please make an effort with whatever you can to coordinate with the teachers. Thank you.
Sounds great, Director Garcia. I'll make a note here and we'll be sure to touch base with them beforehand. Any other questions, comments? Okay, Socorro.
And continue with our education initiative now to the high school. So yesterday we actually met with Commander Ken Monfort from Bloomington High School, who wants to work with us to bring awareness to his students about the water industry and local career opportunities here. So on the screen you see a proposed agenda. It lists 3-part education initiative. The first part would be guest speakers. So we identify 1 or 2 speakers to talk to the students, 5 classrooms, a total of 150 students. The second part would be April 16th, a tour that will come to FBR, learn the process, go up to Lago Creek, learn the surface water. That'll be about 50 students. And then from there, the students will do a report out. The top 3 groups will then present to the board of directors in May. So full completion of, learning about what their water district does here locally and bringing awareness to the water industry and local jobs. I went a little too fast. And now on the state legislative update, coming just back from Sacramento, I know it's very important to have an active legislative program. And on the dais, you'll see there's more information there, more in-depth information, summaries on bills and how they impact West Valley. But as a quick reminder up here, AB 259 Rubio, Open Meetings, Local Agencies, this is a CSDA sponsor bill. And so this bill would just remove that sunset date, and then also for agencies to use just clause of emergency circumstances. And this bill allows board members affected by illness, travel, or emergencies to participate remotely. So looking forward, you will see that in the future as a letter of support will come through on that. SB 72 Caballero, the California Water Plan for All, CMUA sponsored. And this is just a reintroduction to SB 366 Caballero. And this legislation is to modernize the California water management. Last year was vetoed due to some budgetary comments from the governor. SB 72 addresses that. And so we'll bring that back to the board, back to hopefully for sponsor. It's a very, most water agencies are really supporting this bill. And the Water Rate Assistance Program, CMUA, is sponsoring this bill. Again, last year, SB 1255 Durazo, that board directors, we brought up here. Intentions well, but unfortunately there's no funding. There's no, the funding mechanism to it was unknown, and also a burden to the district in the sense of we would have to communicate to our customers about the opt-out option. So all the customers would have to opt in to pay into this. So we would have to communicate to them to opt out of this. CMUA is bringing their own bill. There might be another bill. We'll bring more information as the deadline approaches next week. And then up here is the enhanced penalties for water theft for fire hydrants from Aqua. Just again, there's a handout in there. We were able to provide some information to Aqua about how this affects agencies like ours. And again, this is the water theft issue is not only just revenue, but also public health, water efficiency as we're trying to meet the new regulations. This also affects our reporting. So in that handout, you will find some information that we share with them. And the bill once they find the author, it would increase the fines that are currently in place right now. And again, the deadline for bills is next week, next Friday. So we'll have an updated list of all the bills that are coming up. And I will send a copy as well via email. Any questions on these 2 slides? Okay. Not like
Our clicker needs batteries.
Okay, and CARB. So while the federal waiver has exempted many organizations from this mandate, public utilities and government organizations will have to comply. So as right now, organizations are moving forward to comply to that 2035 vehicle regulation. So we will continue to engage with our industry organizations as they navigate the changes to this regulation. With possible, they're working with CARB or possible legislation. So we'll keep the board of directors updated on that. And on the federal side, last year we brought attention to HR 7525, the Special Districts Grant Accessibility Act. During COVID, water agencies like us we couldn't tap into those ARPA funds. So this the bill would make us part of that. Unfortunately, it has to get reintroduced into the new Congress, so we will be sharing that information once it comes available. And as we gear up towards our meetings in DC, our federal lobbyist has informed us that it looks like Congressman Omar Torres will be reintroducing the Removing Nitrate and Arsenic in Drinking Water Act, and possibly introduction on septic to sewer legislation for funding. Okay, and this is the most exciting part of it. The Public Outreach and Government Affairs team has identified a need to better inform our customers on the value of water. To do so, the POGA team worked with JCOM to highlight the district, its mission, and its vision, how we treat our water, how we engage with the community. So there are some special actors on there, so I'm ready to play.
What makes me very proud is I don't just treat the water for the customers, I also treat it for my family.
I know that every day I'm protecting all of our ratepayers through clean, affordable water.
At West Valley Water, we're proud to serve each and every customer, more than 100,000 strong.
At West Valley Water District, we're a public utility. There's no stocks, there's no profits to distribute. If you're a water customer, you are a part owner of this system. This is your system, this is your public water utility, and through our 5 elected board of directors, you have a voice in what we do and how we do it.
The water district itself is a building, but it's really the people who are dedicated, that come into work every day, rain or shine, make sure that water is flowing through the pipes.
It's a huge job. We maintain a massive water system. Groundwater wells, booster pump stations, reservoirs, treatment facilities, and miles of underground pipeline, all to bring water to your tap. We're building a foundation for the future in our rapidly growing community.
We must look ahead and be prepared for the new growth and future demands, changes in production capacity, and the changes in our water resources over time. We must build and maintain a robust, long-term sustainable water system for today and future generations.
Did you know about half your water comes from groundwater basins right beneath your feet? About a third of our supply comes from the San Bernardino Mountains, treated here. It's the site of a $60 million investment to dramatically increase the plant's capacity, part of our commitment to upgrade aging infrastructure across our service area.
We really want to plan for the future. As our assets get older, we're going to need to replace them, and we need to be strategic in how we do that.
Our commitment to our customers is to make sure that we have a reliable water supply now and into the future.
Our team really believes in what we do. They're very passionate about our work.
100% confident. The quality of the water coming from their tap through West Valley Water District is higher quality than bottled water. I will even go to sample stations and refill my water bottle during the summer months when I need more water while I'm pulling samples.
I'm so confident in the water that I moved into the neighborhood. I live across the street and my kids consume it.
At West Valley Water, we strive to be more than a water agency. We're part of the community.
It's building that connection that, we are your neighbors. We take pride in investing in our bilingual communities by having resources both in English and Spanish. We believe it's important that our customers are informed of what's available to them.
They're great community partners. They're very active. They're in the community. They donate water. They adopt youth leagues. West Valley has been a champion to help our residents save money.
We have commercial and residential rebates for our customers. When you take advantage of the rebate program, not only do you save water, but you save money.
We're working on a project. It's removing the turf and converting it into drought-tolerant plant. We're projecting to save about 1.7 million gallons of water a year.
I think it's awesome having companies like West Valley Water who make sure we have that safe drinking water and continue to expand their infrastructure. I think that's just kind of who they are. They're going to make sure they do everything they can to make sure we have the water we need so that the development can continue to happen in this region.
West Valley Water has always been a very vital partner. For example, when they do the internships with our students, they get an opportunity to see what happens in the real world. They're opening doors for our students to succeed.
Supporting the next generation, partnering with our community to build for the future.
Our staff is working hard and they're working smart to deliver that high-quality, reliable water service to our community every hour of every day without fail. We're working together and working with our communities to present West Valley as a model, high-performance public water utility, customer service-oriented, innovative, results-driven, cost-effective. My vision is to work with our board, to work with our staff, and all of our partners as a cohesive team to implement our strategic plan and build the best West Valley Water District that our community has ever seen, and really better than they could ever imagine.
I want to thank, Bloomington Little League for letting us film, Supervisor Joe Baca, Supervisor Jesse Armendariz, board member Israel Fuentes, Vice President Jenkins for your kids are featured in the video. So we're very thankful to actually showcase our community, what we do here. And we look forward to, also, as we continue making more videos with JCOM, to highlight the R.P. Romer historical moment with the board of directors. So we look forward to using the board, for our next video in August.
Now, are we going to be sharing this video online, or what are we doing with this
Yes,
video?
so this video we have the full video, the 5 minutes. Then we have little segments depending on careers, education, conservation. So we have those snippets as well that we'll use on social media, on the website. And then when we have our education workshops here, that will be kind of the intro to our community. Tours, it becomes part of showcasing who we are to the community.
Is this video currently available on our website?
It is not yet. It's gone through committee and now board of directors, and once we'll start kind of rolling out the next few weeks.
It's amazing, and it's great to see us highlighting all the staff. So look forward to seeing it out there so people can see it.
I think we can certainly, I think part of Bloomington Mac, I think would be a nice little kickoff.
That'd be a good one. Okay. All right. Legal. You have a tough act to follow.
I
after
know.
that. Where's
No
your
report
video?
from us. Thank you.
Now we need the BBK video. Nothing to report? Okay, sorry. I didn't catch it. All right. Board Secretary. Calendar. Yes, I know.
Yes,
it's a mess.
It is a busy, busy, busy month. So we have February up there now, and you'll see we've got Fontana. We're going to be closed on Monday because of the President's Day holiday. We've got Fontana State of the City that's going to be on the 28th. We have Aqua DC, where you will all be attending from the 23rd to the 28th. External affairs, because of that, was bumped to the following month. So I'm going to move to March so y'all can see what March looks like. That engineering meeting is going to be an adjourned meeting for the 4th. And then we've got an overlap here where CMUA annual conference is happening at the same time as annual conference. So those invites have all gone out to you all so that you can determine which ones you'd like to attend. I also want to point out we've got the required AB 123 training for board members that's scheduled for the 15th. It should be about 8:30 to around 11 or so. It's going to be about 2.5 hours or so. We're going to have BBK giving that training for you all on the 15th. And then we've got Aqua Ledge Symposium in Sacramento. That is a more technical legislative type symposium that happens, I believe. And so in general, it's mainly government affairs staff and GMs that will attend. You all are welcome to, but I think Dan and Kelvin attended, I think, last year, and it wasn't, it was very highly technical, but that invite will go out to you as well. Anyway, you've got a very busy couple of months.
Now, for the 6, I believe the CMUA is in Anaheim, I think I
Correct.
saw, right?
Yes.
So I guess a question to those board members who are planning on attending, are you coming back for the board meeting, or do we need to consider moving that board meeting?
That's the question.
Or are you?
I'll be coming back.
Okay.
I think as long as we have a quorum.
Yeah, I just didn't know what everybody's plans were, if you were planning on staying down there at the conference, or if you're driving back and forth from here and plan to be here for the board meeting.
Can you?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'll be coming back.
Okay. Kelvin, what had you thought about that yet or not? Okay. So feel free to maybe think about it, but I mean, and then just coordinate with Elvia. If there's enough that plan to stay down there, we might want to maybe rethink. Yeah. That's tough.
Yeah,
So,
we'd have to talk about maybe rescheduling. If you look at the calendar right now, we've got Tuesdays, Wednesdays that are open. Our Mondays and Thursdays are relatively busy. The other option is we could consider what we did last month and combining both meetings into one, where we have it on the 20th and bringing all the items together on the 20th.
which could create another very massive
Meeting.
meeting.
Well, we're doing pretty good on time right now. I mean, we had 18, 20 items and several presentations, and I think we did okay. But it's up to you entirely. We can,
And I think the challenge too is I'm going to be out of town at a work conference for the 20th, so
On
I
the
won't
20th.
actually be here for the 20th either.
okay.
So you're probably going to be on deck, so you might have a pretty heavy meeting if we have to cancel that 6th.
Dan can handle it.
Oh no, I have confidence too, but I'm just saying that that's another issue, is that that's
Consideration.
the week that I'll be out of town as well.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Yeah, it's just a lot of conferences this time of year.
it's a lot of, it's very busy January, February, and into March at the beginning of the year. But what I can do is I can meet individually with you all in my one-on-ones and talk about schedule, and then bring something to you at your
Sure.
executive committee.
Yeah, well, just like I said, think about it, those who are planning on going to that, because if you're going to come back, that's fine. We can still have the meeting, but if several of you plan on stay down, I think maybe rescheduling or just pushing it to the 20th.
Okay. Thank you.
Does that work for everybody?
Sure.
Yeah. So just let her know.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. And then when is the spring conference for
Spring Aqua.
Aqua? Yeah.
It is in April. Mid-May.
Mid-May? Okay. Yeah, I have to get if you can send us those dates, because I have like 3 conferences
Your
for
calendar's
work
filling
here
up.
in the spring, so it's just
We've
a very
got,
busy time.
yes, we've got April, We've got CSDA Spring Leadership Conferences in April. We've got CMUA, we've got, if I can turn my page, I'll tell you.
Yeah, you can just let me know later. You don't
Spring
need-
conference is the week of the 12th, so from the 13th to the 15th, and then CSDA again, legislative day is the 20th and 21st. So we've got quite a lot on your
Yeah.
schedule coming
Like I
up.
said, I have 3 work conferences that all land in the spring.
I'll be sending
winter.
out those. I'll be working on your schedules next week. So I'll get together with you all next week for your one-on-ones.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Anything
you.
else?
I know that concludes my report. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. So with that, we are adjourned. Thank you.